Bluebell and the Mystery of Shen Valley. Bluebell is a small tank engine. They're painted a rich dark green and have red and yellow lining on the sides of their tanks, cab sides and bunkers. Although Bluebell is smaller than most mainline engines, they work just as hard as the other engines, but sometimes Bluebell struggles to communicate with the other engines. One autumn morning, Bluebell was at the coaling plant with Molly and James when Sir Topham Hatt arrived. He had a very important job for Bluebell. "Bluebell," boomed Sir Topham Hatt, "a big delivery of fruits and vegetables have arrived at Brendam Docks, and I'd like you to pull the train to the villages and stations along the Peel branch line." And with that, Sir Topham Hatt left. Bluebell was worried, and they looked to James and Molly. "I've never been to Peel before. Could one of you come with me?" James and Molly looked at each other, then at Bluebell. "Sorry, Bluebell," said Molly. "I have a train of flowers waiting for me at Maythwaite Station, and I have to pick up bunting and decorations from Wellsworth," puffed James. "Perhaps you can ask Toby or Percy to go with you," James added, before he steamed away with Molly. Bluebell gulped nervously, and they set off for Brendam Docks. "What if I get lost? I derail?" Bluebell thought to themselves. "What should I do? Nobody would know where I am." Bluebell felt scared and didn't know what they should do. At Sudbury Junction, Bluebell met Hank. "Howdy, Blue," smiled Hank. My, you ain't looking too good, partner. What's got your couplers in a tangle?" Bluebell looked up at Hank. He was much bigger than them, but he was a gentle giant. Well," stuttered Bluebell, "I've been tasked with delivering a freight train of fruits and vegetables to Peel Station, but I've never been there before." Bluebell sighed. Hank felt sorry for Bluebell. "Never mind, darling," he chuffed. "You are a strong and capable engine, Bluebell," chuffed Hank. "You can do anything if you put your mind to it." And Hank puffed away. At last, Bluebell arrived at Brendam Docks. They coupled up to their train. Bill and Ben steamed up on both sides. Bluebell eyed the twins. "What do you troublemakers want?" They huffed. "Boo!" cooed Ben. "What's got your coupling rods in a jam?" snickered Bill. "I'm taking a train to Peel," Bluebell started, "but "Oh, so you've heard of it too?" said Bill, who was in the mood for playing games. "Heard of what?" stammered Bluebell. "Oh, the monster of Shen Valley," giggled Ben. "It's a big scary creature that goes hunting for engines at night." Bluebell gulped again, and they puffed away, not knowing that Bill and Ben were just teasing. As Bluebell puffed along the main line, they couldn't stop thinking about the monster of Shen Valley. "What if it gets me?" they wished to themselves. "I'll never be seen again." Then it happened. As Bluebell approached the junction for the Peel branch line, they were switched off the main line and down an old side track. With a biff, it hit a bumpy piece of old track, and they came off the rails. "Oh, bother!" cried Bluebell. "I'm gonna be stuck here forever," they cried. Just then they heard a whistle. "Edward!" they yelled, and soon Edward arrived with the breakdown train. "It's a good thing I'm on maintenance work this evening," he chuckled. "Now come on, let's get you back home." As Edward lifted Bluebell onto the rails, they spoke up. "Is it true, Edward?" "Is what true?" Edward asked. "The monster of Shen Valley," Bluebell wheezed weakly. Edward looked stern. "Who told you about that?" "Bill and Ben." "No, it's just a myth. Bill and Ben were teasing you," he said darkly. "I will see to it that Bill and Ben get their comeuppance." And together, the two friends chuffed home. Bill and Ben were punished for being rude to Bluebell, and Bluebell got a new coat of paint for their great work despite their distress. "You look splendid, Blue," said James when they emerged from the painters. "Thank you, James. I certainly feel splendid." And from that day onward, Bluebell has never felt scared of going to Shen Valley, because they know there's no such thing as monsters.